They say there's beauty in simplicity, and if there was a shoe that embodies that idea, as crazy as it sounds because there's no hype behind this shoe, I really think this shoe is it. Air Max 1 Mica Green. This shoe is about as simple as it gets. Green, white, grey, that's it. No mini swoosh that you see on some Air Max 1s, no collaboration, no hype. It's still pretty much sitting in every size on Nike.com, but as soon as I saw this shoe, I was in love. This shoe proves that you don't really need any fluff. If you get it right, it can be an outstanding shoe. And this shoe released on April 14th for $150, so it's just an Air Max 1. There's Air Max 1 Premiums that are $160, though with the Air Max 1 Sandrift that's coming up, they sneakily rose the price to $170, even though that wasn't even a premium, that was just an Air Max 1. So they actually increased it by $20. I think they're slick. That's so obvious. Everyone noticed. And the reason why this shoe caught my eye is because of the Mica Green. You don't really see it often, but it still stands out. But at the same time, it's subtle enough to go under the radar. And that's what I love about a shoe. Different, unique, but subtle. Upper sole of the shoe comes with a very standard Air Max 1 mesh-based layer. An all white with green leather overlays and gray suede mid-panel. Now the green leather on this shoe feels super soft. Love that leather. And the gray suede overlays, it does feel synthetic, so not the best suede. Pretty standard, I think, for an Air Max 1, especially not a premium Air Max 1. Now the Air Max 1 is my favorite Air Max, but if there's one thing that I complain about, it's the mesh-based layer. I know it's very standard for Air Max 1s, but I just really wish they came with leather instead. I think leather is king. I think leather looks and feels the best. Mesh, just never really loved it. And the Nike Air tag on the tongue of the shoe comes in the Mica Green as well. Again, going back to the simplicity of the shoe, sometimes on the tongue they'll stick like a very random, kind of off the beaten path color. But this shoe just goes with the Mica Green. Same with the insoles, white, green, that's it. And there's just something about this green, I'm not quite sure what it is. Maybe it's that aquatic nature, more of a muted green. It's not too bright, like the Lucky Greens. I feel like Lucky Green, even though Jordan Brand is pushing it hard on us lately, it's just a bit too bright, a bit too loud. This green, much more muted, love it. I think this might be my second favorite shade of green after like an olive green. Yeah, I wish they would use this color more often. I think there's like a Nike Dunk Low Mica Green that's coming out. I have to confirm that, but I think I saw that the other day on social media. That shoe, that's a definite cop. At least a definite attempt at a cop. Booty of the shoe, very standard Air Max 1 booty with the Nike Air branding. And of course, the very famous exposed Nike Air unit on the heel. And with the whole craze of big bubbles lately, and there's more to come later this year, honestly, I think, at least at this point, I think I prefer the smaller bubble over the big bubbles. I think it looks cleaner. I think it doesn't look as prominent on the shoe. It doesn't just take over the shoe. I prefer the Air Max 1 the way it came out, the way it released. Another thing very famous on the Air Max 1 is the rubber waffle outsole. I think that looks really nice. And I do have to mention, I do have to point out, thank God it is a white midsole. They didn't age this for no reason. They didn't go with the pre-aged aesthetic. They didn't come with sale midsoles. Love it. Look how clean, pristine that white midsole looks. This shoe doesn't come with any extra laces. And with how simple they kept this shoe, it's not too surprising. I think white laces would look the best on the shoe. I would like to see, maybe just for curiosity's sake, Mica Green laces. I don't think I've ever seen Mica Green laces, but I think white is about as good as it can get. And the box of the shoe, you've seen this box undoubtedly. Very standard orange Nike box. Now moving on to sizing and comfort, I'm a size 9.5 true to size. For Air Max 1 though, because I have white feet, I always go up half a size. I find that if I go true to size, throughout pretty much the whole shoe, from the start to the finish, it feels too tight, even when I try to break it in. I just don't feel comfortable if I don't go up half a size. So if you're a wide footer, even if you prefer a snug fit, I would consider going up half a size. Like I always say, you can fix a loose shoe. If a shoe is too tight, there's no real fixing it. You just wait till it breaks and splits. And comfort-wise, I think the padding around the ankle collar and inside the shoe is very good on an Air Max 1. But cushioning-wise, it's a pretty comfortable shoe. Not the best, not the worst. I could last a day in it, no problem. But there's definitely more comfortable shoes nowadays. And the total sole score for the Air Max 1 Mica Green is 17 out of 25. Right around average or in the middle of the pack for all the shoes that I've reviewed. And even though it's a pretty average score, it is a score that's based on looking at each metric in a vacuum. So I don't feel like it does the shoe justice. There's a lot of intangibles that goes into this shoe, that goes into sneaker culture overall, that can't be explained by a score. Which is kind of funny because I developed this score for a way to kind of quantify every shoe that I reviewed. Maybe I'm trying to quantify the unquantifiable, like the intangible feeling that you get when you see a shoe you love. You can't quite describe it. It's more just for fun anyway, and to keep track of what shoes I have reviewed. Anyway, colorway for the shoe, perfect in my opinion. The green, you don't see this often, but it is subtle, still unique. That's the way I like it. Love this colorway. In terms of materials, I really like the leather on this shoe, but the suede, it feels very synthetic, so I gotta ding a point for materials for that suede. Comfort-wise, as I mentioned before, right down the middle, not great, not the worst. In terms of versatility, the Air Max 1's obviously one of the most versatile shoes. Apart from like very formal occasions, I feel like you could wear it anywhere. And this colorway, because of how muted it is, because the green isn't so loud, I feel like it's very, very wearable as well. Especially with the gray and the white, two very primary colors, or should I say shades. It just goes so well together. Storytelling wise, unfortunately, there is no story to tell. It's just a general release, it's a new colorway, and that's about it. There's just not a whole lot to say about this shoe. Sneaker culture nowadays can be driven by hype and collaboration, but sometimes it's the most easy and boring shoes that are the most overlooked, but the most beautiful. And I kind of secretly hope it stays that way. Makes it easy for me to get shoes that I really like. With the way this shoe is sitting, I might have to double up. That's how much I like it. I speak with my wallet. But that's it. Thanks for watching Sole Inclined. Like, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff. And remember, tomorrow may never come, so wear your shoes.